Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Cassiejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. I'm Nick Adams.
I'm Anna.
Amy. And I'm Lacey G.
And we got to get to track number 17 on Midnights. We're talking High Infidelity.
Hi.
Infidelity.
No record that regret me to me.
You know, this is going to haunt me. And this is a criticism of me. I wished I had thought ahead a little bit more so that we could have dropped this on April 29th.
I know.
I really didn't even think about the dates or anything like that.
In your defense, Amy and I did think about it a few weeks ago because I think we were talking about our schedules and stuff. And we were like, oh man, we could have timed it out. But then I thought maybe it's better to not, in case she played it at the Eras Tour on April 29th, which now we know she did.
Very true.
So we can talk about that. So
we didn't mess up.
It was our plan all along.
Yeah, it was our plan all along. We are masterminds here.
Yeah. Obviously, Nick, you and I didn't know the dates according to our picks that we made for that week. So
yeah, no, we had dates was not even in my head.
Yeah, Taylor's the one who keeps up with dates and numbers, not me, not us.
All right, well, High Infidelity. It was written by Taylor Swift and Aaron Dessner.
Whoop whoop. Amy, do you feel like if you heard it, what?
The 3 AM tracks are superior.
But do you feel like you could, if we got a brand new album from Taylor Swift, let's just say.
No, it's too much pressure. I couldn't. I don't think I
identify
could.
which ones are Aaron?
I don't think I could. Just because I know myself, the pressure would just destroy me. But I'd like to think so if there was no one around.
I think you could. I think you could identify an Aaron
Thank you.
production.
Thanks for having faith in me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You know, this song, it really kind of took me a little bit aback because she's kind of in this song, she's calling herself out, you know, because in several other songs, she's calling people who did her wrong out.
Right.
And she's talking about a relationship here that's not perfect. It's a bad relationship, but she's the one that's saying, I'm the one that messed up. I broke that cardinal rule that you can never break. It was me. And so it's kind of I'll applaud her a little bit for that, for saying I was the one that was wrong.
Yeah, I like that she's honest with us.
I'm the problem, it's me.
I mean, she's the one who was wrong, but she was trying to make a wrong situation right. So she still behaved in a way. If she's trying to stick it out in a bad relationship and make this work, I mean, sure, she's at fault for not breaking it off first, but she was also not content. So I mean, it's the same. It has the same lavender haze where you're just bored and you're looking up at the ceiling because it's oh, we don't have anything going on here.
Well, they're both in the wrong.
Yeah, I think they're both in the wrong. Yeah, I mean, if my relationship were to come to a point where my wife and I are still both not happy or whatever, I still wouldn't want any of us cheating on each other,
right?
Even though we're not happy,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I would hope that once that door is closed, then go have your fun.
But that's a different dynamic though, because you're talking about a long-term relationship and marriage versus this that they dated for a while, and I mean it's just it's not the same. It's not the same. They didn't have that long-term commitment to each other, I would imagine. But I'm not saying that cheating is okay, but that's not as bad as it is as cheating on someone that you said you would never cheat on and spend the rest of your life with.
Very true.
Sure. However, I do think that surface level, yes, cheating is bad, cheating is wrong, but Taylor Swift is the only person that can do it, and I'm like, you go, girl.
No, it's fine. It's fine for her.
It's only because it's her, and I support every decision she makes, and she makes it sound so pretty.
But she owns it too. She is this is what I did.
Yeah.
She's bringing her own faults to the table.
But I do, like you said, I do respect the fact that she's owning it. She's but I also think that throughout her discography, and I feel like maybe that's part of what makes her songwriting and folklore so good, is because she has been in every situation. She's been hurt, she's been lied to, but she's also been the one hurting someone else and lying to someone else. So it's from a storytelling perspective, she has personally experienced so many angles that just makes her a great songwriter.
And
to be honest,
this is why we all understand why Taylor is a James apologist because of this song.
Mm-hmm.
So high fidelity is being faithful. It's being true. Infidelity, obviously, is being unfaithful. So she's taking a common phrase like high fidelity. There's even a movie called High Fidelity.
A book, a series?
Yes,
Everything.
called High Fidelity, but she's twisting it to be Infidelity.
Do you know who's in the movie High Fidelity?
John Cusack?
Yeah.
Maybe Joan Cusack.
I thought it was. Isn't
And Jack
Lisa
Black.
Bonet? Lisa Bonet.
No,
might
you're
be.
thinking of Zoe Kravitz in the series.
Zoe
Yes.
Kravitz in series.
But I thought the series High Fidelity was based on a movie her mom had done.
Let's see. Quick
Oh,
Google search.
She
There's
might
multiple.
have been in
Yes, she is in it. She is in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Good point.
But
Good point.
there is multiple. But
And
High-
Zoe Kravitz is on this song, or is a co-writer on this song, correct?
no, she's a collaborator on the album on a different song, but not on this one.
Never mind.
But she did help write parts of Midnight's.
Okay.
And she's friends with Taylor.
And she's
obviously.
friends with Taylor,
Yeah.
as we know. She's also Catwoman.
Taylor loves cats.
And we know this. So the connection
Makes sense.
the connection is there. But something also that both the movie High Fidelity and the show High Fidelity is that it has to do with like record stores, like vinyl stores. And High Fidelity, also known as hi-fi, is also the reproduction of an effect such as a sound or an image that is very faithful to the original. So it dates back to the 1950s when it was used to describe audio equipment that would be like to faithfully reproduce music. And in the context of Calvin Harris, I think that's an extra dig because he's like a tech DJ.
You've
Right.
just blown my mind.
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't know about the hi-fi. I mean, sure, I know about Calvin Harris and a dig at him. Like
Yeah.
even the lyric video, it's like the
a
turntable.
record player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for it
Yeah.
to be, like
I did not
so
know about
there's
the
levels
hi-fi.
to high fidelity
Yeah.
in terms of music, high fidelity in terms of faithfulness, and then the fact that he's a DJ.
Yeah.
Like
Love
that's
that.
just oh my God. She's so smart.
That is crazy. That is so crazy that has so many, because it also says that the song This Is What You Came For came out on April 29th, 2016. So, I mean, that's his biggest song and she wrote it.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
screw
Right.
you. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I got to say, I'm a little confused a little bit about, okay, who is she explicitly cheating here with? So
Right.
to set the stage, this takes place, we assume, the summer of 2016. That's when her life goes crazy, right? And she's with Calvin Harris. And then there's the Met Gala. And April 29th comes up in this song. So to me, before we even knew Joe Alwyn, we see Tom Hiddleston. That's where she's dancing with Tom Hiddleston at the Met Gala and everything like that. So is she talking about maybe cheating with both of these guys against Calvin? Or is it just Joe? Is it Tom? Because there's references of like dancing and stuff like that. So that makes me think of Tom Hiddleston. But then there's dates. So do the dates mean Joe? Does the dancing mean Tom? Are we just talking about Joe here? We're talking about both?
I think the possibility of both,
Okay.
cheating on both, is high.
Right.
But-
Because
Fidelity, yeah.
at that Met Gala, or at least that weekend, she meets Tom and Joe and has a relationship with both of them right after each other. So I was a little confused on like,
I think
who's she talking about here?
I kind of think it kind of dabbles in because like there are hints to both. I think like the dancing makes me think of the line about dancing makes me think of Tom Hiddleston. The line about constellations makes me think about Joe.
Right.
Specifically, April 29th, we recently learned is like probably the first night she actually met Joe because that's when she was at Gigi Hadid's birthday party. And Gigi Hadid and Joe Alwyn knew each other previously because of like the modeling world, I guess. And then she met Tom Hiddleston at the Met Gala a few days later. But even though we know that, like, I think when you think like getaway car, like that's Tom Hiddleston, right? So I think like Tom Hiddleston was like the getaway car from Calvin Harris. But simultaneously, we know that Taylor went home after the Met Gala and was Googling Joe Alwyn. So I think she probably, if I had to take a guess, she was unhappy with Calvin. She met Joe at a party. And then she goes to the Met Gala and she's dancing with Tom. I think it kind of all intertwines. And I think probably her feelings were a little bit all over the place. And it's just high infidelity.
Right.
You know what I mean?
She was bored with Calvin. Calvin wasn't there for her. Calvin wanted her to get in line and do what you're supposed to do and don't be more famous than me and be the loving, doting, quiet wife, I guess. And she knew that that's not what she wanted. And so she was looking at other options. And then all of a sudden, here's all these great men in front of her.
That show
all
you
of a sudden.
attention.
Yeah.
Bring
and
you
so
back
it's
to life.
how exciting that, hey, I don't have to settle down with you. I've got these different options.
Yeah, and I think like when you're in that situation where like you know that you're in a relationship that it's not going to last, you know this is going to eventually end, and you're looking for your getaway car, and like Lacey said, you have these other people showing you that attention that like you're seeking. It could happen simultaneously,
True.
you know. And if you're flirty, 30, and thriving, and you're kind of playing around and meeting all these new people. And I mean, I think it was kind of like all at once.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what makes this like all just so exciting
Yeah.
and iconic. And you know what I was thinking about? Because we did just this year pass the Met Gala. Like it was basically the anniversary of Bleachella. And I was thinking about how Bleachella as an era, when Taylor had her bleach hair, and we are convinced I'm convinced that's when she was working on an album, Karma. And, you know, we have this Calvin, Tom, Joe, everything all around it. And when I see pictures of Bleachella, I really feel like it's one of those, like, you had to be there moments in pop culture. Like, in general, in pop culture, looking back at those pictures, like, you really had to experience what it was like being a fan of Taylor Swift, seeing these pictures of her, looking super, super hot, dating this one guy, dancing with another guy, working on new music, like all of it happening all at once. It's like you really had to be there. And for fans that like became fans of Taylor later on, or like now with the Eras Tour or during the pandemic or whatever, and yeah, you see the pictures of Bleachella and you hear the stories and like you read the gossip, but being like living through it as a fan was something else. I think it was truly a moment in pop culture.
Yeah, it was a wild time.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
You know, it's really, really easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you, right? And to never take a moment to think about what you need from yourself. And when we spend all of our time giving, sometimes it really gets us stretched thin and burnt out. I've talked to my therapist recently about people pleasing, you know, just like in general, the need to make sure that everybody else is good before you realize, am I good? And talking with somebody, talking that out, I really, really started to think about just the way that I guess how my problem solving skills aren't necessarily problem solving for me, but for other people. But therapy can give you the tools to find more balance in your life, and you can keep supporting others without having to leave yourself behind.
Therapy is beneficial to a lot of people. You don't just have to seek therapy if you're dealing with something traumatic. You can seek therapy just to be able to, like Anna said, come up with positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. And that's why I like turning to our friends at BetterHelp. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Taylor Swift fan today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Taylor Swift fan.
All right, let's get into some of these really great lyrics, shall we? Lock broken, slur spoken, wound open, game token. I didn't know you were keeping count. So it sounds like she's in some sort of argument to me. Lock broken, slur spoken. So does slur mean
Drunken words?
right, like a drunken thing, or like
I thought slur, like you said a bad word.
right, like he called her a bad name.
Yeah,
Oh.
like he's using bad language.
Perhaps
to
in
her.
an argument or
okay.
something.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
it could be both.
Yeah,
A
I took
drunken,
it-
inappropriate thing to call
Right.
her, maybe.
I
don't
took
know.
it as just like, drunk.
And when she says, I didn't know you were keeping count, that sounds like an argument.
Like-
I didn't know you were keeping tabs on me. I didn't know that you were remembering all the times I didn't respond to your text right away or something.
Holding on to something, and then all of a sudden you get into a fight, and it's like, well, but you did this, and you did this, and you did this, and it's like, well, that was so long ago, and you never even told me you had a problem with it. But you're keeping it in your back pocket, so whenever we do fight, I've got this insult to hurl at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also feel like, I don't know Calvin Harris, but I feel like he's the type of guy/artist to compare his like success with Taylor. And it's like, oh, well, I have this many #1 songs, and you have this, like keeping count professionally as well. I bet was part of like.
And also, I mean, Calvin Harris, in the world of DJs, he is
Huge.
one of the biggest. He really
yeah.
is right up there. So in his world, he is the top dog. And so to see someone eclipsing him in just the overall world of pop culture, probably, and it's a girl who sings silly pop songs.
In his eyes.
In
right.
his eyes.
Right. I was helping there. I knew that you thought that.
In his
I
eyes.
just.
In his eyes, it's like, well, what do you mean? I'm selling out Vegas 300 days a year,
Right.
you know? And then we get into something that really hurts here. Rain soaking, blind hoping. You said I was freeloading. Ooh, I didn't know you were keeping count.
So what does that mean? She's using him for success? What else would she
according
be-
to him, right?
Yeah, but I mean, what else would she be freeloading? So he says that she's dating him for the exposure, and
Yeah.
then she turns around and writes a song and doesn't even take credit for it, and it blows up. And yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe just
considering her work ethic, this is ridiculous. You know,
Oh, yeah.
he can say whatever he wants. This is a toxic relationship, and
Yeah.
he's insane.
Yeah, and at that point, she had just gotten done with the 1989 World
Stadium
Tour.
tour. Yeah, like
That was just a massive success.
right. So for him to even say that, it like you said, it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But she didn't know he was keeping count.
And this is in comparison to Long Story Short, where she says, "No more keeping score now. I just keep you warm." And then in So It Goes, "But baby, who's counting 1, 2, 3?" So I mean, this is important to her. This is something she keeps on mentioning. It's like we're not keeping count here.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a healthy relationship, and it's not.
Yeah. Wow. The So It Goes one. Wow.
Blow my mind, Amy.
Yeah, blew my mind as well.
She goes into the chorus, "High infidelity." Here comes another dig at Calvin. "Put on your records and regret me." So is she saying, A, the record we wrote together and regret me every time you hear that song, you think about me. And then also he's a DJ, so records are just a part of his everyday life.
Well, and is he playing her music? Does he like? I don't know. As a DJ, you play other people's music. So is he having to play her music? Does he just constantly, it's like, oh, we want to hear Taylor tonight again. And you have to sit there and play her music. I'm not that familiar with Calvin Harris outside of the Taylor verse. So I don't know exactly what he does. But what if that's it? Or his biggest hit is one that she wrote.
I also feel like it echoes the your indie record's much cooler than mine kind of thing. Like, yeah, okay, put on your records and just regret me. Like,
Yeah, your little DJ thing.
yeah,
Do
like
that.
you constantly, yeah.
Now she's belittling him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here she's starting to call herself out a little bit. "I bent the truth too far tonight." So he was probably like, "Hey, what'd you do tonight?" "Oh, nothing." Just hung out with some friends, met some people.
dancing.
I was dancing around, dancing around it.
How was the Met Gala? Cool.
Cool, dancing around.
Yeah, it was fun. Saw some people. Whatever.
High infidelity. "Put on your headphones and burn my city."
I love
again.
that line.
Again, a dig
Burn
at
my
Calvin.
city.
And the way she says it, it's kind of, she brings in that country twang
Yeah.
a little bit. Burn my city.
I love it. I do want to go back to dancing around it because that's genius. Because she was quite literally dancing, and then she's also like dancing around the subject. Love.
And then that's the line that reminds me of Tom.
Right, me too.
Okay. All right, we're on the same page there. Yeah, "Put on your headphones and burn my city. Your picket fence is sharp as knives. I was dancing around it."
Okay, the picket fence line references Calvin had a huge penthouse at the time, and it had white fence that lined the property.
Oh, really?
So she's being very specific there. But
Really?
then once it's sharp as knives, that's because she's not welcome anymore. So this used to be the place that would protect her, but now it's the place that's keeping her out, and she's not allowed to be there.
Oh, okay.
Picket fences as sharp as knives.
Okay. That makes more sense because at first I thought it was like the idea of a white picket fence. You know, that's like the quote unquote, the family. The ideal family dream, the white picket fence, like yada yada. But I was like, Calvin Harris never really struck me as that type of Midnight Rain type of guy. But so that makes a lot more sense, Lacey.
Guys, I think we're skipping over a big thing here. I don't want to trigger anybody, but she's talking about fences. She's talking about fences here. Is this her?
The trigger warning, please.
I said trigger
Next
warning.
time.
She's singing about fences here. Is this her? You know, is this the Easter egg that she left us so many years ago? She's finally singing about it in High Infidelity. Fences.
I need to sit down.
How many holes in the fence? How many
You are
bad words did he call Taylor?
My goodness gracious. I'm never going to be able to hear this song the same way again.
Yeah, fences.
Because now I'm going to be triggered by the 5 holes in the fence.
Do you
Did you
really
see-
want to know about the 5 holes in the fence?
I have to applaud. I saw somebody on TikTok, and I should have saved it so I could give her a shout out with her username. I don't know, but somebody is going to the Eras tour as the 5 holes in the fence.
Oh, that's great.
So good.
That's great.
So good. I commented. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is also, well, this is random. I was going to say this is also random, but no, yours actually makes sense with what we're talking about, but mine just makes sense with Eras Tour outfits. But I saw somebody who had a white button-down shirt with wine stained on it, and it said it was maroon on the back, and it was such a cute outfit. It was so beautiful, but it was so creative to be able to just spill wine on you knowingly, and then
That's
that's
pretty
your
good.
outfit. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. all these ideas that I have now
I
that we don't have
know.
tickets anymore.
Yet.
Manifesting.
All right, so then we move on to this now famous date in the Swiftyverse. Do you really want to know where I was April 29th? And so the Met Gala was on May 2nd that year, Monday, May 2nd, 2016. So April 29th, that would have been Gigi Hadid's birthday party, right?
Which technically was the 28th,
But
but
after
It stretched
midnight.
into the
Yeah.
to the 29th.
correct.
And so we've all been talking about this song, This Is What You Came For, that she ended up writing with Calvin and everything like that. Did you guys know, I didn't know this till I was researching this, that Taylor posted and deleted a picture from Gigi's birthday party? They did like a black and white photo booth. She was with Gigi and Lily Aldridge. Is that her name?
Oh.
And the caption,
what is it?
This is what you came for.
Is it really?
Yeah. But she deleted that post.
When do you know like how quickly it was up before she deleted
I
it?
have no idea. I just know that she posted and deleted it.
That's
and you know,
fascinating.
On
you
the
know,
29th?
I'm not sure if she deleted it in the great purge that she did before Reputation,
maybe.
or if she just.
Oh.
I just in researching this, it just said a since deleted post. But yeah, very
my
pretty
gosh.
black and white photo booth picture of her, Gigi, and Lily, and the caption is "This is what you came for."
That's iconic because at the time when she posted that,
She was still with
she
Calvin.
was still with Calvin. He just was releasing that song, but nobody knew that she wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
People
Pretty
probably
great.
just thought, oh, she's supporting
She's
her
so
boyfriend.
cute. Yeah. Ha! Do they really want to know where she was April 29th?
Mm-hmm. Do I really have to chart the constellations in his eyes? So again, you were saying, Anna, that could be referencing Joe.
Me
The
personally,
constellations.
that to me is Joe.
That makes sense.
Because
she's singing about like constellations on ceilings and on his back and stuff like that.
yeah, and like in the music video, we see the records with the constellations of her constellation and Joe's constellation. And I feel like
wow.
she's always, I mean, the stars are aligned, mastermind. Like I feel like there has been multiple times where she talks about Joe and how like just the stars and constellations. So to me, the chart, the constellations in his eyes, I read that as Joe. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Okay, so we're getting something that I was a little confused by here. Okay, she says, storm coming, good husband, bad omen. Where's husband coming from? What's that mean?
I mean, I think it's kind of trendy to say things that aren't like when you're in a relationship, you just say that my
Wifey.
wifey or yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
So I don't think it's actual.
Because then she keeps going, dragged my feet right down the aisle. At the house, lonely, good money. I'd pay if you just know me. Seemed like the right thing at the time. So she's singing about husband walking down the aisle. Seemed like the right thing at the time.
I mean, it's possible that her and Calvin had maybe talked about getting married.
Okay,
For all we know.
sure. It was her
You know?
longest relationship at that point.
You know, like it's possible that conversation was had
Mhm.
and it just never happened.
So I have a lot on this. Obtuse anytime said, going back to good husband, I looked up husband in the Oxford English Dictionary to get an idea of the less common meanings for the word, and I found this definition: one who administers his or her affairs with skill and thrift, a frugal, economical, or provident person, a careful manager of one's resources. So, in context of this song, I think this can mean several things. One, that the other person in the relationship was frugal in their attention to their relationship, which doesn't have the best feeling to it. Or two, the narrator is careful and skilled in tending the relationship, but they are just going through the motions, dragging their own feet down the aisle because it is the next thing that you're supposed to do. High infidelity is brilliant in showing how both parties contribute to the end of their relationship, neither loving the other one enough, going through the motions, or not really understanding each other and cheating. I think sometimes after you've had a bad relationship, you might get pulled into another relationship that's just okay, but it's not really fulfilling. So you just kind of stick it out for a little while. And that's where she was. She didn't have an actual connection with him.
Deep. I've never
Yeah.
had heard husband described that way.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Yeah, that is deep because even in the context, I struggle with the line, I'd pay if you'd just know me.
Because
Like I would give anything? Like,
well,
you would just
yeah,
try?
because okay, there's bad omen, drag my feet down the aisle. I'm doing this because it's what I have to do. Now she went through it with it. She's at the house lonely, but they have all this money, but it doesn't matter because you don't know me. So I would pay. I'm sitting here married at a house all alone, having what some people would consider the dream, and I'll give you $1 million right now if you could tell me my birthday or my favorite or something. I mean, I guess not birthday, but something really important.
What's
to
my
you.
favorite
me.
color?
How would you not know what I was doing on April 29th? How would you not know that this is going on? It's because you don't care. You're not asking. You're just out there worried about money and worried about your reputation instead of coming home and taking care of me.
Gotcha.
I'd pay
Lacey,
if you just know me.
You're giving me tolerate it vibes.
I mean, exactly.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like that
You
was my
are.
life for a little bit, where it's just like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do instead of what I should be doing, because I'm supposed to be this kind of person, and you end up just settling for so long because you made a commitment to something and you realize that maybe this isn't right for me, but I can't get out because you're not supposed to. And yeah, it's complete tolerate it vibes. You do what I want you to do, even if you're going to sit here and be lonely and sad about it.
That's so sad.
Ooh, that got deep.
Thank you for breaking that down, though.
That's good,
Yeah.
Lacey. This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. You know summer has officially started in my house when my kids are in full sports mode. We are outside constantly. Baseball games, practices, tournaments, running from one field to the next in the heat. And if you've ever sat through a doubleheader in the middle of the summer, then you know that staying hydrated is not optional. That's why I always throw in a few sticks of Liquid IV's hydration multiplier in my bag. I'm obsessed with the pina colada flavor right now, and it really just tastes like summer in a cup. Just tear it open, pour it into 16 ounces of water, and it hydrates faster than water alone. It's powered by Live Hydroscience with an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients. Plus, Liquid IV has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink and includes 8 vitamins and nutrients in every stick. It's also non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. Stay hydrated while you're on the go this summer with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first purchase with code TaylorSwiftFan at checkout. That's 20% off your first purchase with code TaylorSwiftFan at liquidiv.com.
Warmer, sunnier days are calling, and you can fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So if you only have a few minutes between meetings during the day, or you get home and you're just so hungry but you have no time to cook, Factor is where you should go. They have 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, and you'll always have new flavors to explore. You can crush your wellness goals this May with dietitian approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. And these are delicious. From breakfast to dessert, you can stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. And you can keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes, so no shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Head to factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 and use code TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code TaylorSwiftFan50 at factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
She continues, you know there's many different ways that you can kill the one you love. The
Ouch.
slowest way is never loving them enough.
Which just backs up everything that Lacey
Yeah,
just said.
it does. Do you really want to know where I was April 29th? Do I really have to tell you how he brought me back to life? Who's he? Which one?
Woof.
Who's he? That hurts.
Could you imagine? Like,
It could be both.
Yeah. And she's saying here, she's explicitly saying, this guy brought me back to life. I was dead
yeah.
in the relationship with you.
I mean, you killed me.
You killed me.
Because you
didn't-
didn't love me enough.
Yeah.
You killed me and he brought me back to life. Oh my God. Oh,
Yikes. Hi, Infidelity, put on your records and regret me. I bent the truth too far tonight. I was dancing around it. And then she goes into, Hi, Infidelity, put on your headphones and burn my city. Your picket fence is sharp as knives. I was dancing around it. And then she continues singing some stuff she's already saying here. Do you really want to know where I was April 29th? Do I really have to chart the constellations in his eyes? There are many different ways that you can kill the one you love. The slowest way is never loving them enough. And she continues singing some of these lines we've heard already throughout the end. And she ends it with stuff she said at the beginning. Lock broken, slur spoken, wound open, game token. What's game token? Like you have to
Like
pay.
you win?
Well, like a game token. You put a token in an arcade game.
Yeah.
To
I mean,
play?
because if she's talking about how they're keeping count and keeping score,
Mm-hmm.
I imagine it's with these like
Playing the game with
hypothetical game
tokens.
tokens. Yeah.
Well, and if you win, then you're adding to your token. So it is still a thing about score because
Gotcha.
you're winning. So you're adding more tokens to your
Yeah,
side.
True.
So you're going to end
True.
up winning in the end.
Yeah.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rain soaking, blind hoping. You said I was freeloading. I didn't know you were keeping count, but you were keeping count.
The very classic Taylor switcheroo lyrics at the very end of the
Mhm.
song that we all know and love.
Mm-hmm.
But you were keeping count.
Yeah, it's a deep song, so she's saying this sucked.
But again, I really respect her because
Yeah.
if she didn't put all of this in music and like in lyrics that we, interpreted and dived into, then we wouldn't know. Like
Yeah.
we could have, didn't have to tell us that she cheated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
No.
she has told us before, but she didn't have to tell us before either.
And, I think this is a good example of something for Swifties. Just keep this in your back pocket because there's always people that talk, diss Taylor and her music and Swifties about how she's just singing about boys wronging her. And you can say, like, no, she calls herself out,
Yeah,
too.
she does.
She is self-aware.
She definitely does. And I do want to point out, we talked about this briefly in our predictions episode from when she sang this at the Eras tour, but I do think it just has to be reiterated how iconic it is for her to pair this song with Gorgeous as a surprise song.
What are the
when
ties
she
to
was in
Gorgeous?
Atlanta? I mean, Gorgeous is probably like the night of April 29th. She meets this guy who's so gorgeous. She has a boyfriend who's older than me doing I don't know what at the club, but oh my God, I'm so focused on you. Like, if you could think about, like, do you really want to know where I was April 29th? She sings, I'm going to tell you. I was meeting this gorgeous man. Like, the fact that she just put those two together, I think is iconic. And for us to, like, really, really understand that immediately, as soon as she started playing Gorgeous as the second surprise song in Atlanta that night, I swear, like, on Twitter, like, all the Swifties were like, oh my God. Like, like, whoa. Like, the Taylor Swift cinematic universe is really, it's deep. And I love it. I love being a part of it.
So we know where Taylor was April 29th. I don't know where Calvin Harris was on June 24th, 2016, but I do know that he was being bitter because he was on Instagram and someone commented about Taylor Swift moving on from him with Tom Hiddleston, and he responded, not jealous, sir, free in all big caps. And he agreed with one of the fans' comments that, for all we know, Taylor broke up with him to be with another man, and that is quite upsetting. I would be hurt by that, too. He's not being mean. He deserves to feel free while he's single and not feel jealous. And Calvin responded, you're the only one smart at this point. So Calvin was very bitter, didn't have Taylor's back, and then what's the one song that we know before Midnight's came out that was written about him? I forgot that you existed.
Yeah.
I forgot that you existed. That is how much you mean to
She
me.
only mentions him in a negative light.
Yeah. Like, she has some of her exes. It's like, yeah, the relationship didn't work out, but they're still a good person.
Yeah.
Not calcium.
Well, if we want to know where Calvin was April 29th, I looked up his tour schedule. He was in Vegas at the Omnia nightclub in Vegas on April 29th.
See?
He's in the club. Then I don't know what.
Doing I don't know
I
what.
don't know. I don't know what he's doing. All right, that does it for this episode of 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. If you haven't already, please follow us on social media. We'd love to hear from you. Our DMs are always open, and our email is in the description of this podcast. Join us next time on the podcast because we're going to be breaking down our surprise song predictions for this weekend in Philadelphia.
Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Warmer, sunnier days are calling, and you can fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So if you only have a few minutes between meetings during the day, or you get home and you're just so hungry but you have no time to cook, Factor is where you should go. They have 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, and you'll always have new flavors to explore. You can crush your wellness goals this May with dietitian approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. And these are delicious. From breakfast to dessert, you can stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. And you can keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes, so no shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Head to factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 and use code TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code TaylorSwiftFan50 at factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. Summer is right around the corner and we love to have fun, but we're all really well aware that it can get expensive. And when you have financial goals, you need to decide what's worth it. A Chime checking account helps you reach your financial goals while still enjoying your summer. Are you traveling at all this summer? Maybe to hit up another Eras tour date? And look, sometimes you know that you don't mean to overdraft, but it just happens when things start to add up. And Chime allows you to overdraft up to $200 with no fees, which at times can be a total game changer. You can set up your direct deposit with your Chime account and you'll be notified to enroll in SpotMe. Live it up this summer and make progress towards your financial goals with Chime. Open your bank account in minutes at chime.com/TaylorSwiftFan. That's chime.com/TaylorSwiftFan. Chime feels like progress. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. members. FDIC. SpotMe eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Boosts are available to eligible Chime members enrolled in SpotMe and are subject to monthly limits. Terms and conditions apply. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details.